What are habits of stillness? The tedious things, the taking the notes, the reading, the batch editing your website, the writing out your email template, the writing out your email newsletter, those things. Everything you do doesn't need to have a dopamine hit. Organize your digital resources and make a playlist of the things that you are studying. So the things of value that you screenshot and you screen record, the things that will help your brand, you don't want that to get lost in your 12,000 iCloud photos. And you probably got some more in that little hidden folder. I know. So organizing your digital resources. What does this mean? This means mainly what I'm emphasizing is making a playlist of the things that you are studying. But this also shows up as putting things in the correct album in your gallery and designating each thing and subject into its own notes in your notes app. Now, this is not saying to binge watch everything, but this is included in what I call habits of stillness, the tedious things that we do and the tedious things that we avoid, the tedious things that will help our brand. So that's the looking in our playlists and studying, reading PDFs, which I'll get into later. It's the making things for your website, editing your website, batch editing your website, typing out those automated responses that are for when someone follows you on social media from your reel. You're more productive when you watch one or two and actually do what you just watched. Now, what that Pacific playlist does, it cuts down time, which is very important as a creative. You may forget how to do something, whether it's a painting, making a beat, whatever. You remember a video you watched on it, but the video is probably just lost in your watch history, or you just liked it or added it to your favorites. Something I talk about with Brand Visions, workflow optimization. If you don't watch that video, be sure to check it out in the Creative Accountability playlist. But anyway, and speaking of bro, we can get into making shared playlists, making collaborative playlists, making shared and collaborative notes. That's something me and bro do a lot. We got plenty of collaborative notes and we got a couple of shared playlists. Now, of course, each person's playlist and what their library will look like is anecdotal and personal to them. But these things that you're looking up, that you're studying, should be the things that will take you to the next level, that will take your brand to the next level. And they should be studied and looked at on a consistent basis. As a creative, there's no reason at all why you shouldn't have a playlist dedicated to your craft, to the technical side, the skills, and to the social side on how to market that. And as I stated, don't just watch videos on this subject that you're studying and honing, this skill that you're honing. Get some PDFs on it. We need those habits of stillness too. We need to be able to sit down, concentrate, and read. I will go as far as to say forums and Reddit are a part of these digital resources that we need to stay on top of organizing. All right, now, like I said, I was gonna show y'all some playlists I made so you can get a visual and concrete idea of how these playlists should be curated and the specifics of what you're studying. So we gonna go to the first one. See, I have many tabs open. I got a hell of tabs, shot it. And I used to sell tabs too. Yeah. Obviously, this one is called Clothing Line. So this is something I actually made for a friend of mine because I know he's working on his clothing line. These are just a bunch of videos and people I know of already that make videos on scaling your clothing line, do's and don'ts, things like that. So I just curated it for them basically because I watch these videos and these people, even though they may talk about clothing, but they also giving out a lot of marketing game and a lot of game on manufacturers and they thought leaders. So I like to pay attention to other thought leaders, especially when they Black. I got one here, financial literacy, self-explanatory, just stuff on finances, even stuff on the esoterics of money, on the occult meaning of money and money spells, things like that. So everything finance related. Got a couple things that's not supposed to be here, like the Shira 7 interview. This is my visual arts, everything involving painting, whether it's a little documentary on a certain artist or painting values, as you see, how to stop overworking your paintings, conceptual painting, color transitions, the exoterics and the esoterics. It's my meditation playlist, just full of meditations and affirmations, mantras, all of that there. Ends, prayer songs for spirits, orishas. Now this is my language / gab playlist. As a powerful person, you also got to know how to talk to powerful people. So this is just everything that has to do with public speaking, cult leaders, charisma. Let me see what else. Speaking more clearly, effective communication, charisma. It's my microdosing entheogen stimulants playlist. So it's mainly geared towards microdosing and entheogens, psychedelics. But I got a couple little Adderall inspired videos in there, sprinkled up in there. Now this is my self playlist. So this is things that have to do with my birth chart, my philosophy, my cardiology, my human design, my house placements, all of that, my path, my destiny, all of that, like thinking, ADHD stuff, neurodivergent stuff, all things that have to do with my internal self. I just simply call it self. This is my beat making playlist. I think this touches on the point of starting somewhere and learning as you go. So, for instance, when I make beats, I may not make a beat for a week, but in that week while I'm not making anything, I'm definitely watching one of these videos so I can learn something and bring it the next time I create. Whether it's a new technique or whether it's just something with workflow. So with that being said, to reiterate my point, don't let your digital resources get lost and sunken into the cave and abyss of your gallery. Organize your digital resources. Organize them PDFs. Organize them videos. Utilize this principle by making a playlist on your YouTube, making a designated note in your notes app, or making a designated album in your gallery. It's Damon Chandler's of Firstborn Art. I appreciate all y'all art stars for tuning in. If you like this video, be sure to check out the Creative Accountability playlist. Peace.